Let's jump right into it. The title of this article is You're Still Searching for the Heart of What You're Meant to Build as an Artist. Because you can't yet see the thread that ties everything together. If you resonate with any of this, okay, anything about what I'm sharing today, tell me. It's probably been 20 years that you've been dancing from one corner of the world to the other, from talent to talent, project to project, idea to idea, with the same heavy hope underneath it all, that one day you will find the one thing you are here to build. And nothing ever felt built, right? Your energy keeps spreading instead of stacking. You invested everywhere, but never long enough to create a structure that could actually hold the weight of your vision. Even if you don't have a clear vision, I know that you feel it. So, you have a vision as an artist, okay? Because if you're here with me, you've tried a lot of things, okay? You probably have piles and piles and piles of art pieces that you created. You have a vision for yourself, okay? Maybe you don't know exactly what it is, but that's what I wrote. Like, you can feel it in a way that there's a common ground somewhere between all of those piles of pieces of art. So you keep searching, and the longer the hunt goes on, the harder it becomes to make new decisions because you already invested so much. You can't afford to try a new path, not after all this time. And I know, I know what it is. So you've been searching, and the only dream that you have, and we will talk about is to settle somewhere. But every time you find something new to try to put yourself into, to immerse yourself into, you're like, well, I can't because I don't have time anymore to explore this one thing. But you do it anyway because you tell yourself, well, maybe I will find that one thing, that one niche, that one special thing that will make me me. I know how it is. You invested so much. You can't afford to try a new path, not after all this time. So every new move feels risky. Every commitment premature, even immature. Yes. You were told to keep going, to stay productive, to act anyway until action itself started to feel hollow, like motion without meaning. Hope didn't disappear. It never will, but it's starting to taste very, very bitter. And eventually to feel like humiliation. Yes, I know. I know what you're dreaming about. Everyone here today, I know exactly what you're dreaming about. You're dreaming about a vision, a single current where all your energy goes into and lands in the same direction, like every effort feeds the same land. Tell me how you feel about thinking about this. As an artist, finally having that one vision to put all of your effort and your energy in, that one vessel, that one current. Imagine like a river. You put everything about yourself in that one river and it goes all in the same place. It lands all on the same land. Then you're probably dreaming about a sense of congruence. What you think, feel, and make and choose finally move together as if everything were tied to a single golden thread. Then you're probably dreaming about a foundation, the site of things accumulating, ideas that become material, attempts turn into layers, like your work doesn't vanish when you move, it stays, it grows, it thickens also. So the foundation to me is seeing your work stack so you can finally start to build something on it. The site is very important to see the proof of what you're making has some kind of utility, like impact, like value. And then finally, you probably dream about a container, anything wide enough to hold all of you without forcing you to fragment or sacrifice anything about yourself. So a vision, a sense of congruence, a foundation, and then a container to put everything that you are. So when maybe we can talk a little bit about this, like what's the niche actually? Okay, because you've been searching for a niche, for a frame, a box, I don't know, a container. Okay, so to me, a niche is a container, but the container you are looking for, searching for, is too small. It's too small for you. So how do we start building? Okay, that's the point of our discussion today. How do we start building all of this? Here's a little segment about how I've done it. Let's start with a hard truth. Not about you, but about me, but maybe it's about you also. Just tell me. Let's start with that hard truth. I've made a gazillion mistakes. Hi, Sharky. Welcome. I've made a gazillion mistakes, all of them publicly on TikTok, on social media, on YouTube. Over the past 8 years, not because I didn't work hard, but because I couldn't find that one container that I was talking about where I could put all of myself into. So I wandered a lot from project onto the next, starting things, not finishing them, starting again, talking a lot, explaining and justifying my vision far more than actually building it. Hi. So I built entire communities, worlds even, okay? Only to drop everything like a month or a year later. I promised series of videos, programs, courses that I never actually finished. I lost almost 6 years of my career being confused, scattered, and constantly stressed about where I should take my audience next, and actually where I should take myself next. And that wandering without direction, decision, or foundation cost me trust. Not because people were disloyal. That's not the point at all. Thank you so much for the gifts. I'm receiving them in my imagination right now as we speak. So, all that wandering, I'm starting over the paragraph, and that wandering without direction, decision, or foundation cost me trust. Not because people were disloyal, but because I wasn't leading well, or not at all. Not at all, actually. So I literally watched 20K audience, 20,000 people, okay, just slowly dissolves, follower by follower. That said, I'm not here to tell you that my next step was to finding that niche. because it never happened, you know? It will never happen. Okay. I did it all. I tried. That was my dream, my actual dream. I will never have a niche. You will never have a niche either. The niche here is kind of our enemy. Okay. It's our enemy because it made us lose half our lives searching for a box to fit ourselves into, and we're kind of done with that. Let's say this clearly once and for all. The niche is for artists who woke up straight from their mother's vagina, already holding a singular talent, a clear obsession, or one obvious path ready to be refined and expanded. Okay? But we are not artists. That's the big point here. Okay? We are not those artists. We are not even artists at all. I had to stop calling myself an artist along the way. I had to be honest with myself. I will never master a single craft, okay? But I was I was literally searching for that one craft. Even if I knew how much like talents and skills and experience that I had in my career, I was still searching for that one thing. As if it was not already profoundly clear that I was not made to be a craftswoman. Okay? That truth was hard to swallow at first until I understood who I actually am. I am an architect, a leader, a visionary. And the moment I named that, everything made sense. Actually, everything started to make sense, and work became exciting instead of like limiting. Where I come from, how I think, what I'm here to do. Okay, so that's what became clear to me. I always believed I was a wild, adventurous child, but I'm not meant to chase adventures because that whole like searching for those new experiences to find myself, to find the one thing, it felt like being on constant like adventure. And adventure is fun. It's exciting. It makes me really curious. But I'm not meant to be chasing adventures. I am meant to create them. And when I think about this, like when I visualize me being on an adventure, me being on an adventure, and me creating adventures for others, the perspective is completely different. But this is the place where this is the place where I belong. This is fun to me. Not running around and being constantly like lost and searching for things, searching for treasures. No, I'm building the actual treasures for people to experience it. After that realization, um, my vision became very, very clear. Actually, that vision was clear for everyone around me. That vision was always like crystal clear for my family, my partner, my audience, every people that ever followed me knew that my vision was to make imagination real. But to me, it was too easy. To me, making imagination real is so easy. So easy. It's like the same thing as breathing for me. So the mistake that I made was to think that it was easy for everyone. So I always knew. And if you're here with me, you know, you definitely know what your vision is. But there's probably many, like, you can imagine like a stack of blankets. And there's your vision underneath all of those blankets. And each blanket are like excuses and doubts and stories and patterns and traumas and everything that kind of keeps you blind from it. But we are here to remove one blanket at a time so you can finally see it. So congruence came from finally looking directly at the thread between every finished piece together, okay? So your every finished art pieces, okay? That's what we're talking about. Not the ideas, not the attempts, but the work that actually exists, okay? This is the key element, and following it. So the vision came from removing those doubts and those excuses. And then congruence, the feeling, the sense of congruence within my work came from assembling like the finished pieces that I've done throughout my life, okay? And starting to study the thread that was holding everything. So the foundation came from the map I was unconsciously drawing. Each project wasn't a separate experiment anymore. It became infrastructure, a piece of the same structure, okay? So there's the vision, the sense of congruence, the thread, the foundation. So I was starting to see things stacking instead of being like crumbs flying within the wind as soon as I opened my hands, And then the container didn't come from another concept or system. It came from reality itself. My container, and probably yours as an artist, is reality. It's not I'm a painter or I'm a visual, I'm a motion designer, or I'm a strategic content creator. No, I'm literally building a village in reality. I'm building like businesses, and there's threads running through them, and you can do the same exact thing with your art. Okay? Start drawing the map of all of your projects and ideas, and you will see things stacking. This is your foundation. You're finally building something through this. Okay? Hi, nipples. How are you? Who's here on TikTok? Oh, we have Jesus and vote for Jesus. Ah, hi. Oui, ça va et toi? So your vision is the North Star, okay? Your sense of congruence is your compass. That's what you want to follow, okay? That sense of everything is tied together. This is the thread you're following, okay? So you're not here with your compass like in the middle of the void, okay, looking for something. No, you just follow the golden thread that holds it all. Your foundation is the map, and your container is reality. Okay? Don't put yourself into frames or boxes anymore. Okay? You're not an artist. Okay? To me, being an artist is really vague, At the core of it, to me, being an artist is like being a creator of emotion. Okay, that's what an artist is to me. But being an artist is also being like master of a craft. Like you are making music, or you are painting, or you are, I don't know, you have one container that you present, and that's your passion, that's your obsession. Okay, and you make it, you expand it, and you bring people in. Okay, but that's not who I am, and that's not who you are either. Okay. So here, is exactly what we will do with those 4 elements. Okay, because I want you today to find those elements and start building shit right away. Because we're done like searching and scattering ourselves and our energy. That's really painful, by the way. Okay, I'm not really like talking about the pain and the suffering that this cause in this article, but I'm writing one this morning, and it's all about you seeing how much painful it is. This is really painful to be putting so much energy into our work, our writings, our, I don't know, pieces of art in general. We put so much heart and energy into it, and we never see the results. We never see the foundation. We don't see the proof of who we are as an artist or a being or a world builder. And it's not normal, you know? This pain is not, oh, it's not like, oh, I'm an artist, so of course I will endure that pain of being scattered and exploring. There's a really big difference between exploring and um humiliation. Yeah, because this is humiliation. Trying to put yourself into a box, trying to put everything that you are, everything that you have to offer, every piece of your value as a creator into one frame. This is profoundly humiliating. And you are losing so much of your sense of self, okay? And your self-trust in that whole journey. This is not normal, okay? So here's exactly what we will do together today. Okay, we're doing it now. So if you want to take a piece of paper and a pen, just explore with me. Okay, so there's some actions today that we can do together. So the first thing that we dream about, okay, is the vision. Okay, and we talked about it, but now let's explore it more deeply. Okay, the vision. Hmm. I don't care how much excuses or doubts or story you have to cover the truth, but you already know what it is. Okay? TikTok, okay, Substack, you already know what it is. Hi, Brianne. Welcome. You already know what is your vision. For those who follow me since 2018, to make imagination real was always there. It was obvious, clear, consistent. Okay. And yet I acted as if I didn't know it, wandering like a lost soul, searching for the thing everyone already knew and that had been right in front of me the whole time. Your vision is really simple. Okay, we talked about this, but let's make it very, very, very clear. Your vision is simple. In fact, if it's more than like 5 words, it's too complex. It can be easy as to make people happy, which was Walt Disney's vision, by the way. Simple does not mean small, not at all. Okay, it means clear. It means It means I can make this happen in the most like me way. So your action is to put that vision into words. Now, okay? Try something and you can put it in the chat on TikTok or on Substack. I would love to know what's the first thing that comes up. So please um don't freeze. Try something, okay? And let your intuition bring you towards what's the vision, okay? Let your intuition bring you there, okay? And when I talk about like you um connecting with that part of you that knows, okay? Because intuition is not something that outside of you. It's not like the gods or something divine or angels or a spirit something. It's nothing outside of you, okay? It's just a part of you that already know. And when I look at my own work throughout the years, I definitely knew, okay? I knew. The thing is, my vision is to make imagination real, okay? So to translate imagination into form and bring it into reality and bring others to do it. And I've written this many times, okay? I look at the work that I've done and there's pieces of it, that vision everywhere. I knew it, okay? But the thing is that I found it too simple. I found it too obvious. Okay. So your vision it's the North Star you're following. It's not the whole thing. Okay. There's many infrastructure in this vision. So put it into words. That's the first step of today's experience. 2, so the congruence. Let's dive into that sense of everything feels right, okay? That feeling of everything feels right, whatever what right means to you. So take every finished pieces. Finishes, it's really important there. Okay, every finished pieces you've ever made and put them together. You can do that in your imagination for now, but I really suggest that you're actually doing it. Like print your shit and put it all into your bed, on your bed, or on a table, and just look at it. Okay, so you can use pictures, you can make a mood board, but visualize all of the pieces you've ever done into one frame. Place them near each other on your bed, on your table. Every small and large thing you've completed, especially the ones you think are useless or too different. Okay, please don't put one or two like pieces away because you think that they don't fit. Okay, that's the whole point of this experience. Is we are not leaving anything behind, okay? Because some pieces will hold keys to your map, okay? So the weirder, the better, okay? So it's probably the pieces that you're missing, okay? So don't leave them. For example, I've painted baseball bat. Okay, I've painted a baseball bat and I decided to still include that pieces that I made in the frame. Okay, and that piece really brought up a very important part of me. That is a key element to my own world, my own universe that I call the 9x9 universe. Okay. And these pieces hold the soul of my teenager self. Okay. So that piece was really important for me to really start building that map. So then look for the single thread that runs through all of them. Even if you resist it, yes, you are doing the same thing over and over again. Okay. So mine was this. When I saw all of my pieces, all of my projects, and all of my businesses, I saw that one specific thread. So my vision is to make imagination real. And the thread between everything that I'm building is to bring people in. Okay. So I brought people in my career. I brought people into my burrow, in my adventure boat, my laboratory, my church, and all of those other things. Okay. So your thread, your golden thread, will not be an object like painting landscapes. It's not an object. Your thread will be an experience, like I bring people in. Okay. That is the fundamental difference between you and an artist. Their work ends at the frame of the painting. Yours start when the frame breaks and a world opens. Okay. You are not an artist. The thread that holds it all is not an object. It's not a blanket. It's not a painting. It's not a song. You will never find yourself into one frame, one song, It's not making music, okay? It's not music. It's an experience that you're providing to people. Is it like, for example, connecting people to their bodies? Or is it, I don't know, make beauty immersive? What is it? What's your thread? So see already, if you're thinking about creating experiences instead of like creating objects, that opens up your mind so widely. And this is what we are looking for here, because we are tired of looking like at micro? No, not micro. What's the word? Micro things? There's macro and there's micro, right? So we are tired of losing ourselves into like tiny little pieces of, now it's time to open up our sight. Then there's the foundation. Each piece you make is a place someone can visit. Okay? You're building worlds. Now, this can be made in reality or literally through writing or even painting. Okay? You can be a painter. Of course you can be. It's not because you paint that you can be a world builder. Okay? It's just, again, that your role, your task is to open doors when the frame breaks. Okay? That's where you put all of yourself into and you bring people into that experience. So each piece you make is a place someone can visit, like a boutique or a building or a village, whatever image fits you best. Bonjour, Bani. When you assemble all those pieces together, you start to see the full shape of your own world. This is the beginning of your map. And this is where the work become very exciting. Finally, you see things stacking on one another. You have a foundation here. From there, every new creation has a place because you create it. You create it. Okay? Because you make space for it. Exactly. Even if it doesn't feel on brand. Okay? Even if it looks nothing like like what you've done before. It still belongs somewhere on the map. Once you own this map, some things finally shifts. You stop leaking energy in every direction and start investing in it. You start investing it in one territory. And I love the word territory so much. It gives me a lot of energy. Territory. Yes, that's it. That's what we're building. We are owning that land. That land is ours. And imagine yourself owning a land so vast that it can hold cities and villages and forests and oceans and rivers and biomes. You can do this through fiction, through art, but you can also do this through businesses and infrastructure in reality. So you're no longer just producing work here. You're building something tangible that you and your people can explore together without getting lost. You have the map. You're building the map of you, the map of you. So you're inviting people into a world, not into a niche. Okay? So the action step here is draw the fucking map. Draw the map. Okay? When I say draw the map, you can do a kind of vision board to it. Okay? Make it so simple that people can travel in your map, like easily. Make it so, and this is a fun experience. This is exciting work because you are clarifying everything that you are, okay? And you're discovering a lot about yourself. But now you're not doing it in the energy of I need to find that thing to survive. I need to find that niche so I can finally understand who I am and I can finally bring people into my world through that niche. No, not in that kind of energy. You are now exploring this, discovering yourself through your own territory. You're not traveling anymore. Okay, you're not scattering yourself. Everything is kept into one container, and that's where we are going. But me, so the last element is the container. So your container is not a frame, not a craft, not a niche. We're done with this. So stop losing yourself searching for something that will hold you. Your container is reality, okay? Reality itself. You're meant to take what you create in imagination and make it real on your own terms, in your own vision. You're meant to build it outside of yourself. The characters, the landscapes, the voice, the message. What you're here to make does not exist yet. You are the one meant to bring it into form. That said, the only thing left to do is to share it. This is the most important thing. You need to share it. Hi, Luke. The only thing left to do is to share it. If you don't share it, you'll remain invisible and confused because sharing is what gives your work its silhouette. Okay? It's what turns inner movement into structure. When you share, people don't just witness your work, they help it grow. They reflect back what carries weight, what creates emotion, what wants to expand. That reflection is foundational. Feedback. You need feedback. Welcome, Luke. You need that feedback, okay? He, I don't know what word to use to have this impact, but, or to give you like direction, but if you're here with me on whatever social media, if you're here with me, you are meant to share who you are. It's impossible that you land in front of me, with me, on my path. It's impossible that our path meets if you're like, oh, I don't want to share anything. I just want to create in my basement and not inviting people into my world. This is impossible. You can't be here with me and not having this profound desire of building something bigger than yourself. Okay? So the action step here is share that journey. Share it, even if it's not complete, even if it's not like perfect. Of course, it will never be perfect. You are not, again, you are not an artist. You're not mastering a craft. Okay? You're an architect. You're building things. You surround yourself with people that will help you. So this is another discussion, but when you have that kind of vision, the vision that is so much bigger than yourself, you need to surround yourself with people that would help you. But again, this is a new different discussion. That said, don't do this alone, okay? One of the things that helped me the most, finding, and not finding, okay, because we're not searching, but looking at it, all of those 4 elements, is people who were brave enough to see behind my bullshit. When I say bullshit, I mean the excuses that I have, all the doubts that I have, all the stories around why I'm so special and why I can't experience this, why I can't have a foundation, why, all the whys and the hows of why I could anyways. Okay, so I was lucky enough to surround myself with people brave enough to look at me in the eye and say, this is bullshit. You are lying. You need this to really see yourself. I was talking about like having blankets around your heart, okay, the heart of your work. And all of those blankets translate by, again, excuses, doubts, traumas, memories of pain and suffering. But you don't need it anymore. So don't do this alone. That's why I created a 7-day experience to support you clarifying these 4 elements so you can finally start building your life work and place all your energy into a single container. So the action that you're doing today, okay? The 4 action that I suggest you doing, okay? We will clarify them together in 7 days, okay? 7 days. Can you fucking believe it? How many years have you spent? How many years have you spent searching for the heart of your life work? How many? Just tell me a number. For me, it was like about Okay, when I started in 2018, I kind of knew, I was like, okay, I will talk about like witchcraft. And I did this for an entire year. Okay. That's where I gathered like 20,000 people because I was constant. And I thought, oh, I found my niche. But of course, that's not who we are. I was not going to talk about like witchcraft for all my life. That was an aspect of me. So since then, since that first year that I started to share myself on social media, I've been looking for that niche everywhere. And I was not building anything. I was always trying to go back to that fucking moment where I had this niche for like a little while. And that's probably what's happening to you right now. Like, oh, maybe that's your experience too. I used to do this for a long time and it was kind of working, but at some point I kind of lost it all. I was losing inspiration and I wanted to discover other like parts of myself, and I'm still searching for how many years. But what I'm telling you is that in 7 days you can do this. Find the true vision, the simple vision. Not find it, you already know it, but to make it clear, to finally see it, that's the point. Find that sense of congruence in between all of those fucking scattered pieces of work that you finished, okay? And also building the foundation with it and defining your container where you will put all of yourself in. That's massive work, but my job in the past like weeks was to observe you and talk with you and explore the the mind of my audience to create that thing so you can um you can um what's the word, to make that thing so you don't have sacrifice to do. Okay, you don't have sacrifice and it's not like time consuming, so it's just the point where you spend time with yourself and your intuition and you tell yourself the truth. But you need someone to get your get you back to yourself every time you are um saying like excuses and doubts um to yourself. So when excuses, doubt, and old patterns fall away, that what remain is your intuition guiding you towards clarity and creation. So you don't need a lot. Again, you don't need to go on another journey to find it. You only have to make a decision, a clear decision, and stick with it so you can start building things. So here's exactly what we will do in this journey, okay, in this 7 days experience. So I created one daily like challenge. Okay, I say challenge because you are taking action. Okay, it's not like a 7-day course where you will take notes and like trying to figure out shit. You don't need to figure out anything anymore. Okay, again, the whole point of this experience is to remove what's useless. Okay, it's a subtraction experience, not adding more shit to your life. Okay, so 7 action that you will do, okay, to bring everything to life, every to light actually. Okay, so you will have a pre-recorded kickoff call and documentation for each of those action that you will have to do. Again, it's not about making sacrifice into your life to put it in it. And it's not time consuming either. I really made this so it's quick, very quick. Um, I will be making like Q&A and support session. Everything, by the way, it's in English. But if you need support in French, I can also provide support in French. Smile on uh, on your dial. Just wanted to remind you that you're doing a great job and you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Welcome. I appreciate it. I love that. So this experience is obviously made by a world builder for world builders. Okay. You will access my private Discord community, and you also have for free three ebooks that I wrote to support your journey. So there's one ebook called The Golden Cage, which is a nice ebook on the pillars of limitation. Okay. Then there's another ebook called The Roots of Vision. Okay, to help you clarify that vision, because this is so important. This is the first element that you need. And also a funny manual of why you feel like invisible on social media as an artist, a world builder. So those three ebooks can help you into that process. And it's kind of a three very short ebooks. So again, not time consuming. And I put them all for free into that program. So it's $129 Canadian dollars, okay? And it's starting on February 10, so next week. It's already done, so when you sign up, you can do it at your own pace, and I will be there in my private Discord server to help you through every step of this experience. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. You know exactly where to find me. You know exactly where to find the link to sign up. Just DM me on TikTok and on Substack. You will find it like everywhere. Or if you don't, well, just DM me. So I'm done for the day. Thank you so much for being here. That was very interesting moment for me. I love to be reading. I love reading my article. First, it helps me getting better in English. I improved a lot since like 4 months, 5 months that I'm on TikTok, but maybe 3 months that I have access to live. So I'm getting better, you know? So that's it. Thank you so much for being here. We will see each other tomorrow. I am posting a new article this afternoon about this exact topic. I'm in that new article. I'm getting very vulnerable about the pain that I experienced through this journey of trying to contain myself into one frame and one box. So just follow me on Substack. This is where I live. If you're here on TikTok and you don't follow me on Substack, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So let's meet there. Thank you so much. And we will see each other tomorrow. Bye, TikTok. Thank you, Substack. See you tomorrow.